What's up guys, Alan Morrow here and I hope you're all well. Today I just want to go over a question that I get asked quite a lot from my clients, and that is, where do I cut my mid bass? Now I feel that when I get asked this question, they're wanting some sort of exact answer for every track. Now it doesn't really work like that because it all depends on what you've got playing in the track at the time. So for example, when I'm doing my kick and bass, I will have my kick, my sub and my mid, and I'll have my mid bass tie and knit in nicely with my sub bass. Now, if I was to give you an exact figure of, say, 250 hertz, for example, always cut your mid bass at 250 hertz. For example, if I just get this mid bass here, this is just for the example of this tutorial, guys, as I've not mixed it properly or anything like that yet. It's just to show you what I mean. If I was to say cut it around 250 hertz all the time, that's around 250 hertz. Give it a bit of a steeper thing there. So 250 hertz, just to show you exactly what I mean and make it a little bit more obvious. So I've got that there. Cut my mid bass at 250 hertz. Now, if you were to do that on every track, but on one track your sub bass, for example, was really low down, like this, and it's just a low rumble. Let's play this together. You're gonna have a frequency range here where it's going to be missing sort of the frequencies, you know. So how I like to look at bass and any sort of EQing is always EQ depending on what is playing in the track. For example, my sub bass might cover these sort of frequencies and have some real low mid frequencies in the sub bass, in which case this isn't going to be able to become right down here as well. What you want to do is you want to be knitting these together so that they sound nice together. So basically you have this frequency range for your mid bass and sub, and you have to just sort of work together. So you might want a little bit more on your mid, for example, low mid, for example, in which case you might have to cut back on your sub. You might want to have really low on your mid bass and go really low on your sub. It's all about just, you know, there's never one set figure. It's all depending on what sound is playing and what you're playing with it. So, you know, it's all about covering all these frequencies. So if I start to slowly, you know. And it's all about getting them nice and knitting together. So that's just something that you just want to think about, guys, when it comes to EQ and stuff. And this is the same for leads or anything like that. You know, you've only got a certain amount of frequencies and you want whatever's playing in at that time to work with whatever it is. So, you know, you start to hear, but none of these different options that I'm giving sound, you know, wrong or the right way. You could have, let's play the kick and bass. It's all about getting these sounds for me working together. Now, whether that's more high frequencies on my sub bass, for example like this, and less on my mid, or the other way around, lots on my low mid and really low sub, they'll work together. And that's what it's all about, knitting those two sounds together. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that obviously it might be open up your mind to when you're looking at cutting your mid basses and stuff and always cutting them at the exact same frequency. Just think about it first. It's all about, you have a certain amount of frequencies to work with, and, you know, give and take a little bit on each of them. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tip, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. And for any of you that want many more tips like this, be sure to check out the tutorials on the website. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.